Good morning. Welcome to Rise Academy's Class of 2024 Graduation Commencement Exercise. I am Marisa Whitfield, the proud principal of Rise Academy students, staff, and community. Thank you for joining us this morning, and we are welcoming you to help us celebrate the success of our Phoenix graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, if you will please remove any non-religious or ceremonial headwear and rise for the marching on of the colors and the national anthem. Today's color guard is being conducted by the Alvin High School Marine Corps Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps program, and the national anthem is being performed by Alvin High School Choir. Bearing the flags are American Flag Cadet Aiden Green Abney, Marine Corps Flag Cadet Mauricio Guzman, Rifle Bearer Cadet Devin Brady, and Rifle Bearer Cadet Jeremy Pertwee. Please remain standing as Alicia Brunrostro leads us in the Invocation.
Ladies and gentlemen, please bow your heads. Dear God, as we gather here today to celebrate a step forward into new places with new people and new experiences, let us not forget the blessings that follow behind us. For this school, which has given us a safe place to learn and to know. Trust, who provided us a strong foundation as we take this next step forward into your world. For our teachers who have cheered us on to the finish line and stood by our sides. For our families who have stayed for the bumpy rides and saw our worst days. And on this day especially, we thank you for the friends we have found among our classmates. For the hardships and years we have endured together, especially today, and for your love, which has been made evident through the relationships we will carry with us beyond these walls. Just as our school says, we will rise up and burn blue. And once again, thank you for having our back and always watching over us. Let us love each other fiercely and seek your will earnestly in all the days of our lives. In your name we pray, amen.
Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, I do have an announcement. If you'd please check your cell phones. I have heard them go off a few times. I know there's an Amber Alert and some other stuff going on. If you could silence those, please. We are going to welcome our distinguished guests who are with us today. So please hold your applause until all the names have been announced. From the Alvin ISD Board of Trustees, we have Earl Humberg, President, Regan Montoyer Peterson, Vice President, A.J. Johnson, Secretary, Gabe Garza, Trustee, Corey Scott, Trustee, and David Selsky, Trustee. From our Central Administration Office for Alvin ISD, we have our Superintendent of Schools, Carol Nelson, Dr. Jennifer Valdez, Deputy Superintendent of Academics, Rory Gesh, Deputy Superintendent of Operations, Dr. Daniel Combs, Associate Superintendent and Chief Financial Officer, Dr. Bobby Martinez, Associate Superintendent of Secondary Education, Diane Peltier, Associate Superintendent of Elementary Education, Dr. Johnny Bersenio, Associate Superintendent of Human Resources, Brent Shaw, Chief of Accountability, Assessment, and Program Evaluation, and Renee Rives, Chief Communication Officer. Additionally, it is my pleasure to introduce Rise Academy's own Randy Geikema, our Associate Principal, Jennifer Finnegan, our School Counselor, and Greg Rye, our Senior Sponsor and Graduate Announcer for this morning. In addition, thank you to our faculty and staff who are out and about helping. Thank you. On behalf of the senior class of 2024, we thank you for your devoted dedication to the students of Rise Academy and all of Alvin ISD. Phoenix graduates, at this time, if you will please rise up and express gratitude to all those who've supported you in your educational journey, parents, family, friends, and educators. Thank you. You may be seated. My favorite quote is by William Shakespeare, and it is, "Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them." To the class of 2024, you may have heard the equivalent Whitfieldism in tough times this year. You will make it to graduation by walking with me, by me pulling you, or by me pulling you, kicking and screaming. But I prefer the first two. So guess what? You made it. And each of you knows which category you fit in. Your story. In language arts, you study other people's stories, and now you are coming to the end of your school storyline. The denouement of your public school education, where everything is drawn together or made clear. Each of you have traveled a hero's quest to get to this day, to the end, or is it the beginning? Today starts the next chapter, or the next book in your trilogy, or maybe it's a series. But up until now, you've been in a story which had ghostwriters, editors, publishers. They were writing this book about your life with you. You were an author, but you didn't have total artistic license. Finally, you get to not go to school for the rest of the week. Then it's time to use all of the tools you've been given and begin being an independent writer of your life. Some of you are headed to continue your education. Some are going to join the armed forces to protect our freedoms. Others are going straight into the workforce or continuing to get more certifications towards their career. Good news, there's no tardy bells for the rest of your life. Bad news, the consequences for not showing up are way worse than detention. Way worse. So, I hope you live your life to the fullest. In the musical Hamilton, Alexander muses, "There's a million things I haven't done, but just you wait." This is what I think of when I think of the class of 2024. Please chase all of your dreams and the million things you haven't done. Each of you will be the best you choose to be. How do I know? Sometime in the last 4 years, you chose to leave your home campus and come to Rise in search of something better for yourself, and you did it. In closing, as you leave here today, there will be days which are good and bad and scary. They're just days. Yep. This is part of the plot in the new book about you. You can do it. We're still here for you. Natasha Bedingfield wrote the following lyric: "Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. P.S. It'll be a bestseller. I can't wait to read it." At this time, I would like to recognize some specific accomplishments for our graduates. Students with outstanding academic achievements are recognized in a few ways. The first is our students graduating with academic honors at the top 10%, signifying with a gold and silver cord of honor. Please rise and be recognized. They are Dayanara Villagomez Alvarez, Sufyan Wilson, and Jesse Doey. Thank you. Next is being a member of the National Honor Society. These students have qualified under the criteria of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Members of the National Honor Society are distinguished by a white stole. Please rise and be recognized. Additionally, we would like to recognize those who will be joining the armed services after graduation, which is distinguished by wearing red, white, and blue cords. Jesse Doey, please rise and be recognized. Alvin ISD offers several career and technical education programs, providing the opportunity to learn a skill and earn a certification upon graduation, making students ready to enter the workforce immediately. Rise Academy seniors who have graduated with a CTE certification, please rise and be recognized. Thank you. I would also like to recognize our scholarship recipients. Rise class of 2024 graduates received a total of $42,100 in scholarships this year. If you are a scholarship recipient, please rise to be recognized. Thank you. Lastly, if you have attended Rise all 4 years of high school, please rise to be recognized. You may be seated. At Rise, our mascot is the legendary Phoenix, known for rising from the ashes. Each year, our staff chooses a student who embodies the Phoenix legend to share their story of rebirth and resurrection during their time at Rise. It is my pleasure to introduce this student to you. Please welcome our 24 Phoenix of the Year, Mia Vasquez, to the podium.
Ladies and gentlemen, faculty members, proud parents, and my fellow graduates. As we stand on the threshold of a new chapter in our lives, it's both a privilege and an honor to address you today as Phoenix of the Year. I was awarded this title thanks to my parents, family members, and friends who have taught me core values that I use every day, that this very school represents. To them, I give a big thank you. But reflecting on our journey, I'm reminded of the countless hours spent in classrooms, the late nights studying, the friendships forged, and the challenges overcome. Each of us have navigated our own unique path to reach this moment, filled with highs and lows, successes and setbacks. Yet through it all, we have persevered, demonstrating resilience, determination, and a commitment to excellence. Being Phoenix of the Year is not just a recognition of academic achievement, but a testament to the values that we hold dear: respect, integrity, service, and employability. It's a reminder that success is not measured solely by grades, but by the impact we make on the world around us. As we look towards the future, let us carry with us the lessons learned within those walls. The importance of hard work, the power of collaboration, and the belief anything is possible with dedication and willpower. But let us also remember to cherish the moments we've created, the bonds formed, and the experiences which have shaped us into the individuals we are today. Whether it's cleaning up our senior prank for hours, participating in Mr. Vargas's weird pep rally games, memorizing all 45 presidents to exempt Mr. Rye's midterm, or sitting in Miss Jokay's cold room for nearly an hour every day. So to my fellow graduates gathered here, I extend my heartfelt congratulations. May we continue to strive for excellence, to pursue our passions, and to make a positive difference in the world. And although I haven't been here all 4 years, I've sat with you almost every weekday for the past 3, and I can't wait to see how you all grow. Thank you. At this time, please welcome Jesse Dohe to the podium for his salutatory address.
Good morning, friends, family, and teachers. This morning, we are gathered here to celebrate the completion of a 12-year task we all started in preschool or kindergarten. Back then, we all thought everyone had cooties, had fun playing tag and coloring, as well as learning the basic colors, shapes, and numbers. Then we moved on to elementary school, where we started to find out what we enjoyed and learning our standard math and English, and learning what books we liked to read or if we liked to read at all. Next, it was middle school, where we fell into groups based on what we liked and disliked. The boys were always organized into jocks and nerds, and the girls had their popular and quiet friend groups. At this time, we always tried to fit in, gain popularity, and be part of a group. I was never able to fit in. I realized this when I showed up to Rise, and I also noticed no one else really fit in here. We didn't have the groups of people most schools had because it wasn't an average school. Rise is made up of the most diverse group of people with so many backgrounds, personalities, and personal experiences. This melting pot of a school makes it possible for you to sit down and start talking to anyone. But as we walk across this stage in a few minutes to gain our diplomas and spread out into the real world, we won't always have a place like this again. We spend our childhoods trying to fit into everybody else's story, their life, their puzzle. But when we walk into the real world, we need to realize we aren't part of anybody else's puzzle. It's time for us to start building our own story, our own puzzle. And for some of us, it's joining the military. For others, it's going to college or joining the workforce. A book I read this year was The 48 Laws of Power. This book shows the way that people gained power throughout history and presents ways you can apply it to your life. 2 lessons I gained from this book were 1, separate yourself from the past and build something new. Separating yourself from the past is one of the hardest things you can do. It requires you to face the mistakes you have made, own up to them, and earn the forgiveness of those you hurt along the way. 2, change is inevitable, but don't lose yourself. Change is the definition of life. Just as things seem to calm you down, and just as things seem to be calm, you find a new patch of trouble. Something goes wrong, and your life is pulled around you like a whirlwind. Change matters. It allows you to adapt, overcome, and become a stronger, better person. So, build yourself, your world, something which can weather the storm of change, something which fits you, and something which betters all of humanity. So as we walk across this stage and hold our diplomas, remember 3 things. 1, build your story and world. Don't fall into the background of somebody else's. 2, don't fit in. Become who you want to be. And number 3, change. Change is necessary and needed. Adapt and overcome, but don't lose yourself in the mess of life. Thank you, my friends, for putting a smile on my face when I was going through the worst of times. Thank you to my mom for putting up with me even when I wasn't the nicest person, and to my dad who couldn't make it this morning. Thank you to Vu, my recruiter, for presenting me with a future and doing something better which is bigger than myself. And thank you to all of the friends and family members who showed up today to celebrate the accomplishments of the people who make up the Rise class of 2024. Rise up, burn blue, and God bless. I would now like to invite Sufjan Wilson to the podium for his valedictory address.
Good morning, class of 2024. I would like to start this speech with some special thank yous. First, to my parents who have always been supportive and encouraged me to learn new things. They have always believed in learning hands-on and making mistakes. When I was 1, I got my first drum set, and when I was 2, my first power drill. I worked by my dad's side all my life building our house. Never once did he say I couldn't use the tool because I might get hurt. He helped me learn the correct and safe way to do it and let me build as much and as far as my imagination could take me. He always believed in my talent and encouraged me to pursue them. I admire my dad's strong work ethic and ability to learn anything he wants to do, and I know that quality will help me push myself to do anything I want to achieve. My mother had the hardest job in the world, keeping me focused on schoolwork. She was my teacher until 9th grade. I've always been much more of a hands-on learner, and my mom knew that was the best way to teach me and my siblings, so she was on the same page. But when it came to staring at the pages of the book, I would stare and stare and stare. I thought her patience was infinite. She remained calm as I grew frustrated, and she would help me through the hard parts in a way that I retained the knowledge. She's a caring and strong woman, and someone I could not have lived without. Thank you, Mom, for all that you've done for me. I would also like to thank my grandpa and my uncle who have shown me what it means to work hard and who have helped me build all my talents. When I first came to Rise my freshman year, it was also my first year of public school. So while I could hold a 20-minute conversation with adults about hydraulic systems and tractors, having a casual conversation with kids my age was a bit of a struggle. Rise being the small school it is has helped me work towards overcoming that. I've made some really great friends here, and I've grown a lot since that first day. I would also like to say thank you one more time to my math teacher for the last 4 years, Miss Napoli. She and all the other great teachers at Rise have helped me grow as a person, teaching me so much more than just problems from a book. All right, now that should be enough to make Miss Whitfield happy. Because if I keep talking, someone might start to think I like doing this. But it's been an interesting 4 years here at Rise, but it's finally time for us to move on to the adult life. At this time, do I say this? At this time, Ms. Carl Nelson, Superintendent of Alvin ISD, will present the Rise Academy.
You go get it on. Thank you. At this time, Mrs. Carol Nelson, Superintendent of Alvin ISD, will present the Rise Academy class of 2024.
Thank you, Ms. Whitfield. Mr. President, members of the board, parents, community members, and most importantly, graduates of the class of 2024. It is indeed my honor and privilege to certify that you have met all the requirements of the state of Texas and of Alvin ISD. Therefore, you are entitled to your diploma, rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereunto. Graduates, at this time, if you would move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations. Now we will have our presentation of diplomas by the cabinet and board.
Sufjan December Wilson. Jesse Lee Dowie. Dainara Villagomez Alvarez. Lujane Mosen Alali. Deanna Michelle Anthony. Toric Lionel Bettis Jr. Alicia Catherine Buenrostro. Madison Elaine Chaput. Skylar Rain Cummings. Joey Ann Dees. George Angelito Fernandez. Hayden Christopher Graham. Sarah Ray Holden. Bryce Christopher Hudgens. Casey Renee Kenmuir. Sarah Ann Lewis. Tristan Matthew Lewis. Jessica Renee Logsden. Isaac Alexander Marin. Amory Nicole Montalongo. Morgan Paige Osteen. Jace Richard Rowe. Riley Rogers. Tyler Wayne Roth. Gabriela Cavazos. Kelly Schaefer. Amy Nicole Showalter. Sergio Christian Soto. Mia Elise Vasquez. Levi Ricardo Villarreal.
Okay, graduates, if you will please stand. I present to you the Rise Academy graduating class of 2024.